everybody. Welcome to Saint Misbehavin', the podcast about saints from people who are not. I am your host, Matthew Shadoran, and I am joined, as always, by the
nondescript.
by
I think an says 1,000 words at this point.
I couldn't
I
think.
don't think
I
you,
meant to.
you need to say anything else.
You know, I had like a whole month to think of this, and I'm gonna think I didn't put any work into it. No, hold on.
But you say that you have been like busy for that whole month.
That's true. I'm joined as always by the person voted most likely to succeed at a very poorly listened to podcast. It's Anna Dominic, everybody.
Oh, wow. I see the marketing campaign has got off to a good start. You can't sell something if you wouldn't buy it. And it sounds like you wouldn't buy it.
I buy it. I'm annoyed that more people don't buy it. I would like more people to come and listen to our podcast.
You can't berate the 3 people who are listening.
I appreciate everybody who listens.
Yeah, we love you, Morgan and Lena and Andy.
Yeah. And Jillian.
Yeah. And what was his name? Adrian? The guy that came to the live one.
Oh yeah. No, Rich. No. Oh shoot. No, that's
some white guy. We're gonna have to take that out.
Cut that out. Yeah. Yeah. It's our only like local listener. But I don't know. I just say, hey folks, get out there, tell your friends, write some reviews, do some viral marketing, make some posters and put them up in your neighborhood or your town.
Wear a fabulous St. Augustine t-shirt, and then like me and Matthew did a recent accidental coincidence, and then everyone will be like, what are those amazing t-shirts? I should look up whatever it says on there.
Yeah, you don't have to make your own merch. You can buy some like our t-shirt and then just wear that.
Buy our merch, then we'll have more of a marketing budget.
I mean, we don't really make any money off those, but like if people could just like get the word out. That's the key. Right now we're not in the money making phase of the operation. Do we not make any money
off of those t-shirts because you buy them and then give them to people?
That's also true.
You are your only customer.
Anyways, Anna, you doing good?
Could be better, could be worse, I guess. I'm on a bit of a downward trajectory with my fatigue at the moment, but it tends to get worse and then better occasionally. So
wait, but if you're on a downward trajectory with the fatigue, does that mean you have less fatigue?
No, sadly.
So you're on an upward trajectory with the fatigue then?
I guess that's one way of looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the fatigue's gotten so bad you forgot how graphs work. Dummy. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, that's I think you should leave that in so that everyone knows how you truly are.
Yeah.
Well, I think my fatigue is getting a lot worse because I suddenly have an extra job to do that apparently I'm only getting paid for like 2/3 of what I thought I was going to get for the next couple of months.
Let's not make too big a deal out of people being underpaid, because Kat will listen to this and she'll be like, hey, am I getting underpaid? So
yes, you are.
She is.
Run while you can. Or don't run, we need you. But like, I'm thinking me and Kat should form a union. Just the 2 of us against you.
It's not much of a union. Fine. I support that. I support unionization. If you guys want to do that.
I'm going to kick you out the WhatsApp group and it will just be me and her.
You could just contact her directly then. That's what a normal. That's just
a
WhatsApp
more
conversation.
petty way would be to kick you out of the group you made. I don't even know if I have the power.
I don't think you do. And then like if you start just a chat with her, I don't think you can name it as a group. So you would just be like, it would just be a chat with Kat. So you have to like add Danny just so it could be a group, and then be like, Danny, don't ever comment on our group.
No boys allowed.
Then kick Danny out of the group. Anyways, whatever. But have you done anything despite your weakness? Weakness is the wrong term. Despite your fatigue.
I don't know, Matthew. Despite your ableism, have you done anything saintly or had anything miraculous happen to you in the last month?
Oh my God. Have you done anything saintly or anything?
Well,
do you want me to go first? I can go first. Fine.
No, it's fine. Well, Matthew, according to you, it's a miracle that I even made it to the cinema this weekend. I had to drag myself there despite all my weakness. And my miracle was that I never thought I would nearly cry twice at a superhero film. And I went to see Superman this weekend and I did nearly cry 2 times.
Really?
So yeah, it was that good.
Was it the dog?
No, it was the speech about how we're human and like how he's human. And have you seen it?
No.
Oh.
I got 2
well,
kids.
never mind. No spoilers.
Go to the movies.
You also don't have time to run a month-long comedy festival that you did.
Well, I definitely don't have time to do both. So.
Well, that's
Well,
true.
I'm glad you enjoyed that piece of corporate IP.
It was quite a moving movie.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they call movies.
So movie me to tears.
No, now you lost it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed.
Well, we should just give up now then.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed Superman. That's. I heard it was good. I'm excited to see it.
It was just like uncynically, like felt uncynical in how like wholesome it was.
See, that's the thing about.
Maybe that's the cynical thing.
We have to go and we have like stuff we need to do, so I don't have time to like expound on this. But I feel like the whole idea of like the whole dark Superman, the whole Snyder stuff was like a complete misunderstanding and misreading of the character. So I'm glad that somebody else has taken it over and been like, no, this is just like he's like Superman. He's like a nice guy. That's his whole thing.
Yeah. Because nice guys do not get enough press.
Yeah, but no, I mean just like the whole idea of like somebody with Superman's powers who's then a villain or whatever. I was like, that's so uninteresting to me. And the idea of like Superman as like a guy who's a good guy because it's the right thing to do is much more interesting.
Yeah, it was very wholesome. Lots of positive masculinity in there. I think nice. you'd like it.
I'm excited to see it. I like James Gunn. He does very good stuff. So
how about you?
I will say the miracle I experienced was during the festival. So the Oxford Comedy Festival is over, and it was a miracle that I survived and that it all went off without a hitch. I'll have to tell you sometime about the near fight I got into with 3 teenagers who'd breached the gates of Trinity College.
Wow.
Yeah, against my will. I was dragooned.
Wait, as in you nearly got into the fight against your will?
No, I tried to stop a fight. I was desperately trying to de-escalate a fight.
I see.
That I did end up de-escalating, but like with no thanks to everybody else involved. So it was just like, I'll tell you about that some other time off mic.
Fair
but
enough.
The festival's over. That was miraculously finished. The miracle I saw, and I recommend for everyone, is our own researcher Catriona Dowden did her new hour of comedy. You came out and saw it as well.
Oh, you fucking suck up.
Whatever. You know it's great.
Well, yes, I saw it too, and it was great.
Well, I can't boost my friends now. I can't say like, oh my gosh, my friends are so
Oh,
good.
she's your friend, is she?
Shut up. Anyways.
You walked straight into that one.
Anyways, no, I saw her new hour and it's really amazing. And she's such a brilliant writer and performer. And if you catch this before the end of August and you are in Edinburgh or going anywhere near Edinburgh.
Well, you're not. And you should just buy a train ticket there now.
They'd buy a train ticket now. Get on the train now. Go to Edinburgh. Just see her show. Just go for the day. See her show. Eat a Scotch egg. And then go home. And that's all you need to do. You got the whole experience. But I think she's her show's really great. And I'm really excited about it. Hopefully it'll be, I know she's trying to get into Soho, the Soho Theatre this fall. So hopefully that'll happen.
I'm glad you clarified because I feel like if people who are listening because they're interested in Saints but they're not necessarily like super au fait with the comedy scene might make different inferences from you mentioning that she's trying to get into Soho.
That's right. Sorry. The Soho Theatre generally has the best shows in Edinburgh will go and they'll do the Soho Theatre. They'll do a run at the Soho Theatre a week or a few days. So hopefully she will be amongst that stable of performers because again, her show is brilliant and she deserves a lot of success. So check that out. And that was it. I'm always blown away by how good she is and how just she keeps getting better. And so that's it.
Here.
So Anna.
But unfortunately, being in Edinburgh means that she hasn't done the research this month, and so you're stuck with my brain turd.
So we don't have comedians of Catriona's caliber here today.
Available
it's just
for
us,
our research.
just the usual us two. So Anna, today is August 3rd, 2025. Who is today's saint?
Today's saint, we are looking ahead to August the 8th, which is the celebration of Saint Dominic de Guzmán, or just Saint Dominic. If you're
nasty.
Well, there are other St. Dominics, but he's like, and he's not even the first one, but he is the main one because he's the Dominic after which the Dominicans are named.
Oh, the Dominican Republic.
No, well, yeah, but the Dominican monks. So we did St. Benedict, and he had his Benedictine monks, and we've done St. Francis, and he had his Franciscans famously, and Dominicans is another, I'd say famous, but clearly not because you're not recognizing any of this.
It rings a bell, but the first thing I thought of was the Dominican Republic.
Well, yeah, that that is named after him. So I don't want to give you any easy answers for the patronages, but I'll leave it there. Yeah, St. Dominic de Guzmán is Spanish, surprisingly, with that name.
Sounds it.
And he is from the 12th to 13th century. So his dates are 1170 to 1221.
Okay.
And yeah, 8th of August is his main feast, but he actually has lots because he's a big deal. So we'll hear more about that later on.
Okay.
Possibly.
So, Saint Dominic de Guzman.
Yeah.
What's his deal?
So he was born in Caleruega, a few miles south of the Abbey of Santo Domingo of Silos in Old Castile, which is in northern Spain.
Northern Spain was the only thing that made any sense.
Sure,
to me, so.
but fine. But it wasn't completely irrelevant because you may recognize Santo Domingo being a Spanish translation of Saint Dominic.
Oh,
so
what a coincidence that he was born there.
Yeah. But no, it was called that when he was born there.
Oh, was it?
So that is a coincidence. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. So that's for a different Saint Dominic.
Yeah.
Which Dominic's
So
that for?
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
So, in the earliest narrative source by Jordan of Saxony, who is one of the famous, like, more notable early Dominican monks who sort of, like, chronicled Dominic's life, Dominic's parents are not named. However, from about a century later, tradition started identifying that his parents were Juana, or Joan, de Arza, and Felix de Guzman. According to local historian Rodrigo de Cerrato, writing in the late 13th century, their occupations were honoured and wealthy man in the village and Catholic wife.
Okay. I'm sorry, your profession can be honored and wealthy man. That's just a dude everybody liked and had a lot of money.
Yep, it's just what I do.
And her profession was wife.
Wife, yeah.
Dutiful
exactly.
wife.
Yeah. So
her occupation was knowing her goddamn place is what it was.
So legend has it that Joan was devoted to Santo Domingo of Silos, or St. Dominic of Silos. This is OG St. Dominic.
Oh, okay.
And being in the occupation of Catholic wife, she wanted a lot of children. So,
okay.
But her and Felix struggled to conceive after just 2 sons. So naturally, she made a pilgrimage to the Abbey of St. Dominic at Silos.
So wait, she had 2 sons.
She had 2 sons, but wanted another one.
She's like, I need more. I don't know. As somebody with 2 sons, I'm like, that's 2 is like 3 too many.
Enough.
Like,
this is why, but your occupation is dishonorable and under averagely wealthy man in your village, not Catholic wench. So
hey, I'm just dishonored, but he's comfortable in the village.
Yeah,
he's doing all right in the village, but nobody likes him.
Can attest.
Yeah.
So they wanted a 3rd son, and so she made a pilgrimage to St. Dominic's Abbey and prayed for his help to conceive. And on her pilgrimage, she had a dream that a dog leapt from her womb, carrying a flaming torch in his mouth that seemed to set the earth on fire.
This seems like a bad omen. I would be like, okay, now I'm definitely not having any more kids. If I had like a vision that my child was going to come out as a dog that set the world on fire, I'd be like, I'm getting my tubes tied. I'm like, my husband's never touching me again.
I mean, I'm not sure that technology was available in the
but what was available? Keeping your legs crossed. Yeah.
Wow.
Like that.
Oh wow. We've slut shamed a saint. Oh yeah. Also, she was beatified later on as well. So well done, Matthew. We're only 5 minutes in, and you've slut shamed a Catholic woman.
I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that there's like an apocalyptic vision, and like if that's the vision you got when you went to go visit the saint about your future child, I'd be like, no more. This is the vision that like the mom has in Rosemary's Baby, right? Like this is a horrifying vision of the future that I would just like, even if it was just like my kid came out with like a dog face, right? Like if he would just be just like one of those dog face boy people from the carnival.
Well, isn't that more scary than a whole dog? Like I would say a puppy could be adorable, but like a centaur that's a dog and a person, I would say that would be more body horror.
A person with a dog's head would be very disturbing. I mean, like a dog-faced boy, like, I don't know, this is like, I don't know, Google Jojo the dog-faced boy. It's just like a guy.
Should I put safe search on? Like,
no, it's fine. It's like a thing from the 50s or like old carnival days where it was like, it's just like it's a disorder that people have where they just like have hair that grows all over their face.
Well, that sounds very ripe for a comedy podcast, Matthew.
Famous Russian sideshow performer who.
Ah, yes. It's always a good bet on a left-leaning comedy podcast to make fun of carnival sideshow people.
Okay, he had a condition called hypertrichinosis.
Oh, maybe that's what St. Dominic had.
Hypertrichosis. I think hypertrichinosis is something you eat if you eat a lot of raw chicken.
Oh.
Anyways, so she had this dream about a dog-faced boy who destroyed the world, and she's like, you know what? Yeah,
set it
it's a good
on
idea to have
fire.
more kids.
Sometimes fire is considered like, a positive thing of something spreading around the world, inspiring people, illuminating them, that kind of thing.
I guess it's like it's like this person like he's gonna set the world on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Not like, oh my god, take the matches away. He's gonna set the world on fire.
He set the world on fire. Yep. It's like that's quite an act there you've got with the dog-faced boy. That's gonna set the world on fire, kid. You got something there. You got moxie.
P.T. Barnum came up to them and was like, that dog's gonna set the world ablaze.
Come with me, kid. We're gonna make a fortune.
You do the Barnum voice better than me.
So, anyways.
Yeah, none of that happened. It was meant to be a positive omen, and it's likely to have actually emerged after St. Dominic had a famous sort of cult, and his order was well known. So, the Dominican order. Dominicanus in Latin was Dominican order, but it is considered potentially a play on words in the Latin.
Okay.
We love a Latin pun, right?
Oh, I love that. So that's all up my alley.
Right. Domini Canis.
That's you.
You're right.
Domini Canis. It's a Domini dog. Probably heard that a lot in high school.
Indeed. College. Come on.
Okay.
So the literal transliteration is dog of the Lord. So there's like a tradition that the name is linked with the vision, and Dominic was the dog of the Lord. But probably more likely that he was named after St. Dominic the Elder, who his mum prayed to to conceive him. So
he was like a little palindrome. He was a little god dog.
Yeah. Very good. Also, if you split the word, so when it says Dominicanus, you could also just split it differently and you'd make Dominic Anus. But that wasn't in the Wikipedia. That was just something I
that's just your interpretation?
Yeah.
This is all you do all day is just split apart words, or like you're doing anagrams like
I found a butt in this word.
There's a butt in this one. Guys, do you know if you split the word butter in half? Well, I'll let you try it out at home. You feel it. You're gonna have a great surprise. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be funny. You're gonna love it. Anyways.
Hey, you knew what you were getting into when you asked me to do the research. I don't find facts, I find butts.
That was my Tinder bio. Anyways, he's got this name. He's born. His mom had a vision. He's born. He's got a name now.
He came out. I don't think he had a tail or anything, or a particularly hairy face. So
ears are regular human ears, not just like long floppy dog ear. Okay, so no dog parts.
Didn't do any unusual levels of panting that we know of. So Dominic's mother Joan, or Juana, was beatified in 1829 by Pope Leo XII, and his older brother Manez was also beatified by Pope Gregory the 16th in 1834. So quite a holy family, but I think it was kind of like holy by association because they were only beatified. And
I was going to say, it sounds like they didn't quite make properly. Didn't quite get bumped up to saint yet.
Yeah, so. I think if you're kind of beatified by virtue of how virtuous your family are, then there's only so high you can go without making an effort yourself.
It's just kind of nice. It's like, can you beatify his brother too? I mean, his brother's also really nice. This is a classic mom thing. Like, can you just beatify his brother?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that's kind of harsh on the third brother, right? Like the eldest son or the second eldest son.
I think that probably the other son was just like, he's doing fine. He's he's got a good job and a wife and a career. He's just not got a lot going on. So if you could just kind of beatify him too, that would mean a lot to him.
You're right. That is a classic mum thing.
Yeah. The other brother doesn't need it.
Yeah, fair enough. Because he's following in the family business of being an honoured and wealthy man in the village. So he's sorted.
He's in the family business now. Yeah.
So not much is known of Dominic's early childhood, other than that, according to Jordan of Saxony, who I mentioned earlier, he was brought up by his parents and a maternal uncle who happened to be an archbishop.
Oh.
So fairly holy family. During Dominic's baptism, Blessed Joan saw a star shining from his chest, and the
Ugh.
star became one of like the symbols of Dominic, because certain saints who feature in a lot of painting tend to have symbols
Right.
associated
Yeah.
with them.
Classic symbology of saints, and that's how you can recognize them often in paintings without even like one of those little placards that they put in the museum.
Yeah. Wait, who's this saint that looks like a dog? Oh, there's a star. I know, this is Dominic.
This is Dominic. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you would convey that to an illiterate crowd, right? To like
Good point, yeah.
you know, you would put that kind of stuff in stained glass windows or arts in churches, and you'd be like, okay, I know which saint that is because that's like, I don't know, Saint Catherine, because she's got a wheel.
Otherwise, like, oh, they're all just white dudes, so it's hard to distinguish them.
Just another bearded dude with a halo.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know which one this one is?
Yeah.
So he had a glowing chest. He's like a modern day ET, or like a ancient day ET.
I mean, maybe this star shining from his chest was more threat of him doing arson on the whole planet.
I mean, that's the thing is, like, if I'm this mom, I'm like, oh, maybe I misread that vision. Because now he's like glowing and I just don't like the look in his eyes.
He's got a certain emberiness about him.
You can tell when a baby's evil. That's the thing.
Oh my God.
People don't tell you that, but when you're a parent, you could be like, oh, that's an evil baby. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, my sons aren't, but I've met some kid and just chills up the spine, and you're just like, ugh, good luck with that.
Fair.
So you don't need a college fund. You need like a bail fund. You know, like it's gonna.
I mean, either way, good to build up a fund. Sounds.
Yeah, you know, it's nice to have a little money just in case of emergencies or something. Like if you need to flee the country or whatever.
Hooray. Well, yeah, we don't know because his early life was uneventful until he was 14 when he was sent to the Premonstratensian monastery at a place called Santa Maria de la Vid, which was also in Old Castile, I think, or near there. So
this is
still
different
northern
neighborhood.
Spain. Yeah, so he was there for a bit and then he transferred to further study at a university in Palencia, which is also in northern Spain.
Ah, all made out of ground up corn.
Huh?
No, it's polenta. Never mind.
Good try. Sorry, it went over my head. So in Palencia, he devoted 6 years to the arts and 4 to theology, which is about the ratio of knowledge that one needs, I think.
That's 60, what we've 40, done, really.
Art and God. Yeah. Yeah. This whole thing is definitely not a science.
No. Oh, no. What arts did he study?
In one account, and this was like a translation of a Spanish website, he studied liberal arts, and I was like, fairly sure he didn't. I don't think that had been invented then.
It does feel like, okay, this is a guy who he tried to make a go of it in the arts. It failed. He did like what a lot of people do is they fell back into theology. That's the thing you see in America, like all these like washed up actors who end up in these like weird Christian films and stuff. Like these weird faith-based films that are just like, you're just like, oh my God, this guy's career really hit the skids.
That's a good point. So it just says arts, but I did read somewhere, and I didn't write this down because I didn't think you'd ask. I thought you would just accept arts.
Why would you think that?
I think it was quite a broad definition. So like music, literature, maybe even like astronomy. I read that somewhere, but that's definitely, I don't know how that could be considered enough.
I mean, there was like 1,000 years ago, there wasn't that much art. You could just probably study it all.
Yeah, just in about a year.
I was like, yeah, what'd you even do with the other 3 years?
Yeah.
Go over it, more. So just like, there was like 20 songs. There was like 8 good paintings. and you didn't like have copies of them. You'd have to like go and see them. So it was like a lot of just travel just to go to like Paris to see like one etching and be like, that is a pretty good etching. And then you'd have to like get back in your donkey cart and head on back to Spain. Anyways, so he gave up the life of art and decided to focus on theology.
Yeah. And in 1191, Spain was desolated by a famine.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. It was a weird, abrupt tone change.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Things were going so well. Everybody was in college and...
Yeah, having a great time.
Having a great time.
Dominic was, as you've probably ascertained, like from a fairly comfortable background, so he was probably okay with the famine.
I think he was from a well-respected and wealthy background.
Yeah, but he gave away his money and sold his clothes, furniture, and even precious manuscripts to feed the hungry.
Ah, here, eat this book.
No, he sold them to buy them food. I
Oh,
think.
okay. That's very nice. That's even better.
Yeah.
That was plan B. Plan A was like, eat the book. No, oh, wait. They're like, or Dominic, you could sell the book.
Yeah, no,
And
he's actually one step ahead. He's not like, oh, if you give them money, they'll only buy drugs, so we should give them books.
just improve their minds, and at
Yeah,
least they'll die smart.
but as to
Think about it that
establish,
way.
no one could read.
Right.
So that would have been really quite adding insult to injury there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, so because the manuscripts were obviously on like vellum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, and his fellow students were like astonished that he would give up all his stuff. And he said, "Would you have me study off these dead skins when men are dying of hunger?"
Own to them. It's like, aren't we studying theology here? What are we doing, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. This is how you become a saint, is by be in the right place at the right time and be like, hang on, this book that we're literally reading says that we should be doing this. And like, that means he was the only one paying attention.
Yeah. They're like, where? And he's like, I don't know, somewhere in the back. You just feed people. Feeding people is the right thing to do 100% of the time.
Quite. But you know, this was when doing things because they're the right thing to do was still being invented. So
Right.
as a result, it's an example of his sanctity, or an early portent of his saintly career.
See, they didn't have Superman yet, so they didn't know that you're supposed to just do good things because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So, shame for them.
The only Superman they had was Jesus.
Think about it. You sound like a youth pastor desperately trying to connect with kids. You know who the real Superman is.
That was exactly what I was going for, so thank you for recognizing that.
I feel like that was like a lot of really lazy preachers, like after Superman came out, which is like, here's a topical thing I could do.
Yeah.
Nobody else is going to think of this.
That's literally anything, though. Like, next time a games console comes out, you'd be like, do you know what the real Nintendo Switch is? Miracles. I don't know. I'm not as good at improv as you, okay? Shut up.
You know who really switched things up? It wasn't Nintendo. It was Jesus.
See?
He's got a rainbow road all the way to heaven.
It is. Well, it's not rainbow.
No, it's a different rainbow. It was Jesus' rainbow first. And then
right. Yeah.
The gays
before woke nonsense. Yeah.
The gays stole it just like they stole my wife. Anyway,
I'm sure if Dominic was around now, he would say it's all about being kind. So, you know.
Yeah. He'd probably be pretty annoyed about Gaza, too.
Yeah. I didn't think that needed saying, to be quite
frank. All right.
At the age of 24, Dominic was ordained as a priest and joined the canonry of the Cathedral of Osma, which is also in northern Spain.
Yay.
In 1198, Don Martin de Bazan, who was the bishop of Osma, having reformed the chapter, made Dominic the sub-prior of the chapter, which I guess is like deputy head if it was a school.
Sounds like it, yeah. I mean, the sub-prior, unless he's like the prior on a submarine, but...
Unlikely.
Is he the underwater prior? So he's like, I'm putting you in charge of all the Catholics under the water.
Hey, dog man, you can swim.
First off, it's just a nickname. Okay, so he's the
If we put him underwater, he can't play with matches. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like, just keep him damp. It's the best thing for the whole world.
That was my Tinder bio.
Hey. Okay, so he's the sub-prior. He's like second banana to this whole canonry.
Which is pretty big deal at the age of, is he
24?
Sorry. Well, 1198, so 28 by this point.
28.
But there's still, you know, most people in their late 20s would be aspiring to be at that level, I think.
Look, I mean, he's on like the fast track to the big chair, you know, and not the electric chair, but like the bishop chair, right, or whatever, like to being in charge. Yeah, so he's on his way to becoming, you know, much higher up in the church, and he's good. He's
climbing
that position
career ladder
for such a young man.
Yeah,
exactly.
So a man called Diego de Acebo succeeded Martin de Bazan as Bishop of Osma in 1201.
Okay,
and it was, from what I can see, him and Dominic were like pretty tight.
Oh, that's nice. I was afraid like new management and he's like clearing out all the old
riffraff. No, it was good for Dom's career, because in around 1203, so a couple of years later, after making a good impression on this guy, Dominic accompanied Diego on a diplomatic mission for Alfonso VIII, King of Castile.
Ooh, where'd they go?
They are going to Denmark.
Ooh, whoa, that's pretty far.
To find a bride for Crown Prince Ferdinand.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I don't know why the king is like, I need to send some bishops to go and find my son a wife. To Denmark with
You know
you.
who knows stuff about the ladies? Celibate priests.
Oh, right.
Oh, also, like, you had like most of Europe that you cut through to get to,
Yeah.
to Denmark. Why'd you have to go all the way to Denmark? It's like, yeah, there's just no ladies for my son here in Spain.
I mean, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Like, yeah, I don't know whether Denmark was like strategically valuable at that point, or
can't
maybe it
imagine
was
that,
like Dom and Diego wanted to like travel, so they were like, yeah, we definitely won't find any in Spain. We got to keep going.
So this is northeast Spain, right?
Yeah. So they went to Denmark via Aragon and the South France.
I was like, maybe they sail there and that'd be something, and then that would make more sense that they would have more of a connection with
Right.
Denmark. But like, why would?
Yeah, no, I think
I don't know. Like,
they went on foot or
it's the 12th
horse.
century. Why would you go? Or it's the 13th century, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
But like, why would you go? Like, how would you even know that Denmark existed? Like,
I was gonna say, how had they heard of Denmark?
that would be like sending people to the moon to find ladies. It's just like, what? Who even know what? Like, why?
That definitely sounds like pertinent to the incel discourse somehow.
I mean, I think this is a good lesson to people who are like, you know, maybe they are incels and they're like, we're trying to find ladies. Just like, you just need to put the effort in. Sometimes you need to cross a whole continent to find the Danish lady who will be in an arranged marriage with your son. I don't know. The metaphor kind of falls apart, but... So he sends him to Dane.
When you remember it's arranged marriage, yeah.
But that's what incels want. They want like a state-provided bride.
That's true.
They're like, yeah, so why can't we go back to the old days when you sent a bishop and the subdeacon to another country to pick you up a bride, and they brought her back and she had to marry you.
Yeah.
That was when America was great.
The marriage negotiated... Yeah, fucking hell.
The negotiated. Oh, that was fast.
Yes.
Should we negotiate? No, I think we should negotiate. End. Goodbye. Get back on your donkey cart and head back to Spain.
This is why my diplomatic career has not been a success.
Mm.
The marriage negotiations ended successfully.
Oh, good.
But the princess, unnamed, or naturally, died before leaving for Castile.
Whoops.
So they went back empty-handed.
Did you have one that's like not as sickly as this one?
No, this is the best we got. It's cold here.
Dominic's like, well, I packed her up in the crate. And he's like, you did what now? He's like, yeah, I just packed her up in the crate. We were just supposed to, I just packed her up in the crate with some other stuff that we picked up here. Some other, like some dried fish and things. And I just some souvenirs and things. But yeah, I just put her in a crate and she's in the cart so we can go whenever. And she's like, no. Did you put holes in there? Why? She's an object, right? Just like all the other stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is why you should send guys who know about women, not
Yeah, that's
celibate
very
priests.
true. That is a very good life lesson. If you're going to arrange a marriage for your son, don't send celibate.
Yeah.
Because they won't forget to drill air holes. I mean, they won't remember to drill air holes.
Well, what a useless anecdote this was. It's like he's moving up the ladder. He's doing great. He's hanging out with the bishop.
Yeah.
He's going to Denmark. It's a real high pressure gig. It's like, oh, nope, she's dead. Okay, well, now we're just stuck in Denmark. Great.
Well, it's funny you should say that because this did mean that for the plot, they ended up back in the south of France where they met with Cistercian monk who'd been sent by Pope Innocent III to preach against the Cathars, a religious sect with Gnostic and dualistic beliefs that the Catholic Church deemed heretical. So they're in the south of France.
Big surprise.
So, you know, they may not have successfully kept a woman alive for a journey, but they found some heretics to deal with. So, you know, it still makes sense for the narrative, even if it was a seemingly pointless expedition.
Okay, so they at least got to fuck up some heretics on the way home.
Indeed.
Hooray. It's like, well, it wasn't a complete loss. We did burn some people at the stake.
Well,
Come on.
no.
Dominic, don't be so upset. Come on, don't blame yourself. Who knew women needed oxygen too?
We all
I
make
certainly
mistakes.
haven't given them a thought. Yeah, but at least we got to kill some heretics, you know, persecute some people there. You know, that was pretty nice. Remember that?
Yeah.
Let's focus on the fun parts.
They brought the bishop back a t-shirt that said, "My monks went to Denmark and all I got with these burnt heretics."
Yeah. So that must have been awkward when they got back to Castile. It's just like, so where's my son's new bride? Can I just tell you something? The negotiations could not have gone better. The negotiation part went perfectly. It was excellent. We got it. Everything you wanted, more. We were on fire. Anyways, no, she's dead.
What? Well, I'm disappointed in you, Matthew, that you think that Dominic, who heretofore notwithstanding accidentally killing a woman, has shown himself to be a very upstanding member of society who seems to take the word of God seriously. I think that you saying, oh, heretics, he probably burnt them then, I think that's a bit ungenerous.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have he probably preached them and like turned their lives around. So
Wow.
what did he do?
He burnt them. No, I'm kidding. So Dominic and Diego attributed the Cistercians' lack of success with converting the heretics to their extravagance and pomp compared to the asceticism of the Cathars. So Dominic and Diego decided to adopt a more ascetic way of life and began a program in the south of France to convert the Cathars, basically depriving themselves of loads of stuff to own the libs.
Or maybe to be an example, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. So they were like, these guys from the Vatican, they're too fancy pants.
Yeah.
Coming in here with their fancy hats and robes and gold and everything. And then he's like, well, we're just like simple country bishops and subdeacons.
Yeah, you gotta talk to people in a voice that they'll listen to, you know?
Yeah. No,
Man of the people.
The people of the south of France are like, we're tired of elites telling us what to do.
Yeah, so here comes Dominic.
All right.
Diego was ordered by the Pope to return home, and he died back at Osma in December 1207, leaving Dominic alone in his mission.
Oh no.
But it's okay, because I think he kind of took to it. So he passed the baton on to Dominic, and Dominic ran with it.
Okay.
He was practicing asceticism, converting the Cathars, and 8 years later, in 1215, he was still there, and a gentleman in France gave them a house to sort of use as a base. So he's successful enough that he's convinced this, like, I'm guessing, like, wealthy contact to, like, support the mission. So Dominic and 6 followers moved into this house in Toulouse.
This sounds like a great reality show. We put these 7 ascetics in a house to find out what happens when people stop being holy and start getting real. Anyways, so they get a fancy house in the south of France. Yeah. They fill it up with a bunch of monks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And so this was like the birth of Dominican monasticism, I guess.
Oh, I see.
So you didn't see that one coming, TV producers.
I didn't. Yeah. We thought it would be a fun reality show. It turned out it was a whole like way of life. It turns out the real reality was the monks we made along the way.
The monks we ordained along the way, surely. So Dominic saw the need for a new type of organisation to address the spiritual needs of the growing cities of the era. One that would combine dedication and systematic education with more organisational flexibility than either monastic orders or the secular clergy offered at the time.
Oh.
So he subjected himself and his companions to the monastic rules of prayer and penance. We love a bit of penance. And eventually the Bishop of Toulouse gave them written authority to preach throughout the territory.
Before, it was just a verbal agreement, and then they put something on paper.
We're legit.
This description of like they want a new type of organization that is nimble and addresses the needs of the city. It sounds like every nonprofit I've ever. It sounds like the about page of every nonprofit that I've ever seen.
Grassroots, bottom up, rejecting the top down. Like,
we're addressing the needs of this community like in a way that is dynamic and much more responsive than the current government or current not like large organizations and things like that. Yeah. So it's really funny that kind of language persists.
Indeed.
For 1,000 years.
You could argue potentially that it was the other way around, in fact.
Possibly, yeah. This is the after the fact.
Yeah.
At the time, they were just like, I don't know, man. We just want to stop these heretics by being cool dudes.
Yeah.
I don't need your paperwork, man. You take that, King of Toulouse, or Bishop of, who was it, the Toulouse?
Bishop Fouque of Toulouse was his name.
Bishop Fouque.
Yeah. My French pronunciation is probably better than my Italian or Irish, but not much. Also in 1215, Dominic and Fouque went to Rome to secure the approval of Pope Innocent III. So it's a bit like when I had a really bad idea for a social enterprise and I got a patent for my logo that I designed on Microsoft Paint. This is the 13th century equivalent of him doing that. He's like...
So wait, you got a copyright for social enterprise?
Yeah.
But you didn't start the social enterprise?
So I had this idea basically that I would like make t-shirts that all had puns with the phrase head interested in them, and they would raise money for Mind. And the logo was a drawing of a head, but it was bad.
Wait, the head was bad and
Yeah,
on
like as in I'm
purpose.
saying that no, not on purpose. The whole thing was bad, not on purpose. Okay.
Okay, all right, fine.
I don't know why I brought it up.
I don't know either.
I couldn't find a more relatable analogy, so
I've certainly done projects, not quite logo first, but I've developed shows by starting making a poster first.
that's very you.
That is me. So they go to the Pope to get approval to be Dominicans.
Yeah, to be official Dominicans.
Yeah.
So Dominic returned to Rome the following year and was finally granted written authority in 1216 by the new Pope, Honorius III.
Right.
For him to form the Order of Preachers, which became known as the Dominican Order.
So, because Pope Innocent III didn't approve it, is it because he made his guys look bad when they were in the south of France? Because they were like, look at you fancy pants people that the Pope sent. Get out of here.
Yeah, probably.
We need our grassroots kind of.
I don't know. I think maybe it was like a proposal in like the 17th or 18th century where it's like you have to say no a certain number of times so you don't look too keen or something.
It's true.
It's like that.
You got to make them want it.
Yeah.
It's just bureaucracy, man. This is the whole thing the Dominicans were set up to fight. But now they're a big organization.
Yeah, as a grassroots, authenticity first organization. They were not about the paperwork. Yeah. So the rest of Dominic's life was spent either in Rome, where he was given the Church of San Sisto, or traveling. So in 1218...
That's nice that he got to travel some.
Yeah.
Get out.
See
the world.
No more Denmark. That was off the itinerary.
Been there. Can't go back. Hey. The royal family is not pleased with me.
No. Killed their favorite daughter.
There's something rotten in the state of Denmark, and it was the girl I put in that crate.
Oh my god. Shakespeare is turning in his grave. So in 1218 to 19, he made a great tour of 3,380 miles entirely on foot from Rome to Toulouse and Spain and back via Paris and Milan. Oof. And then a year later, he did a tour of Lombardy as well.
Easier.
So I think the deal is, at this point, everyone's very excited about his Dominican monastery idea. And so he's kind of helping to set them up all over Europe.
He's touring the countries, or the continent, just trying to spread the word about.
Yeah, it's like a multi-level marketing seminar.
So he was spreading the word about the good news about the Dominican order all around the continent.
Yeah, and that's his retirement plan basically. Yeah. Because we're up to 1220 and he died in 1221. So yeah, it's quite near the end. Although he doesn't know that yet, I guess.
Yeah.
So a lady called Cecilia Cesarini, who was one of the first women in the new order. So she was received by Dominic, and so obviously worked closely with him. In her memoir, she described him as thin and of middle height. His face was handsome and somewhat fair. He had reddish hair and beard and beautiful eyes. Danny's gonna love this story.
Yeah, the real Danny Johnson over here.
Yeah, his hands were long and fine, and his voice pleasingly resonant. He never got bald, though he wore the full tonsure, which was mingled with a few grey hairs. Which is I like that she emphasised he never got bald. I could grow hair, I choose this haircut.
It's he was bald, but it was only because of the haircut. It was
it was on purpose.
That guy had a nice head of hair. Cecilia seems very thirsty for Dominic. This is he was a nice height, fair skin, beautiful hands, and just the best eyes. Oh my god, and just a full head of hair. If he wanted to grow it out, he'd had a beautiful full head of hair. Even for an older gentleman. And I think that's
clearly why he had to have the tonsure. Otherwise, it would have been too difficult to be abstinent, right?
I know, right?
Or too difficult for Cecilia, at least.
Yeah.
That wasn't an official part of the Dominican monasticism, that it was just thirsty. Although Dominic did abstain from meat, so maybe it was hungry.
Good for him.
He observed stated fasts and periods of silence, selected for himself the worst accommodations and the meanest clothes, which again could maybe not be helping with the thirstiness, because if he, mean can mean small, right? So, if he's just in a loincloth, then he's not helping knowing the
Or
situation.
maybe there's
I would
like
say.
torn and she's getting like a glimpse of them abs and she's like, hubba hubba. Woohoo.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Get a good night's sleep, man. You don't have to go for the worst accommodation. You could go for like an average accommodation, get a good night's sleep, and then get back on
It's
the. This is how you die at 51 from doing this much walking and just like
yeah,
not resting
and then
correctly.
yeah, he never allowed himself the luxury of a bed.
Does he die of like pneumonia or something that he caught, like because he didn't have nice clothes or he didn't have good enough clothes to keep him warm?
So we're skipping ahead a little bit, but according to one historian, he died because he was exhausted with the austerities and labors of his career. So
Duh.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just like he walked 3,000 miles
Yeah.
and fucking didn't eat or wear the right clothes and wasn't getting
Or
enough sleep.
sleep in a bed. Yeah.
And he died at 50. See, this
Yeah.
is
It all checks out, is what you're
yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
None of this is surprising you.
Like, take care of yourselves, folks. You
You
know?
can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He could have had a slightly nicer, just not great. Don't sleep in a palace, but he could just like have a nice, like, I don't know, like a motel, you
If
know?
he'd been less intense about it, would his order have been as successful?
Perhaps
Maybe he
not.
was the first person to die of grind culture.
Fair. I mean, but also like maybe if he'd have been a little less hard on himself, he would have lived longer and been able to grow his order even more.
Maybe. But they do say, the brightest stars burn faster or something. There's a phrase like that.
The light that burns twice as bright burns half as long.
There you go.
Mm,
That was more poetic than how I said it.
yeah, yeah.
Not hard. The
Yeah.
bar was very low there. Yeah. He also frequently on his travels traveled barefoot. So
Of course, yeah.
he's getting even less sympathy from you at this time.
Yeah, I'm just
At
like,
this
yeah,
point.
why fucking, you didn't have to tell me that. I knew that already.
Well, you should have said it then.
Didn't waste his fucking time with shoes. You ain't
Yeah.
got time to put shoes on when you're out there trying to spread the word of God.
Yeah,
Getting out there.
indeed.
He's got a whole continent to reform. He's got to go. Can't sleep. He's got to kind of just get
I
up.
mean, maybe he would have been able to walk across those continents faster if he'd been wearing shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so despite his asceticism, he was recognized as affable. It didn't affect his mood. And it was said that his gentleness was such that anyone who came to speak to him, even for reproof, went away happier. Which is like, Dominic, tell me I feel better now.
Yeah, that feels like that's their thing.
Definitely
But,
what
yeah,
Cecilia would have said.
just like that guy told me I was a piece of shit, but you know what? The way he
I
said
feel
it,
great.
I feel very good actually. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he's right. But I'm just like, but look at the smile on my face. It's great.
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit with a smile on my face.
You know what? He's right. When he's right, he's right. And you know what? Good for him. I'm glad he's not like a miserable son of a bitch, in addition to being a dumb son of a bitch. But yeah.
Yeah, if there's one thing I know about dumb sons of bitches, it's when it definitely is worse when they're miserable at the same time.
Yeah.
So he reached the convent of St. Nicholas at Bologna, Italy, quote, weary and sick with a fever. The surprises keep on coming, right? According to one historian or chronicler, he made the monks lay him on some sacking stretched upon the ground. And the brief time that remained to him was spent...
You're dying. Just lay in a bed. Just lay in
maybe
a
some
bed.
hay. Just
Yeah. Put some hay
could
under this.
upgrade you.
Just like, no, can you just put like burlap on top of some rocks? Thanks.
Look, as long
Burlap
as it's
on
on the
top of some
moral high
gravel.
ground, it doesn't matter what the texture of your mattress is.
Oh my God.
That's the lesson I'm getting here.
Yeah.
So the brief time he had left, he spent exhorting his followers to have charity, to guard their humility, and to make their treasure out of poverty.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, guys, you can't see the video, but Matthew is rolling his eyes very hard.
I'm not rolling I'm like, all right. It's
You
like,
look like you are rolling your eyes quite hard.
I'm like, that guy's a nice guy. He sounds like a really nice guy, and his heart's in the right place. But I'm just like, you just don't be such
have a bed.
Like, yeah, just have a bed. Come on.
Were you going to say don't be such a martyr about it?
Yeah, that's it, basically.
Fair. So he died at noon on the 6th of August, 1221.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Wait.
Like, I think that was very convenient of him to specify, like, to time it for exactly noon.
Wait, isn't his
But
feast
yeah.
day the 7th?
The 8th.
And then he died on the 6th.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
All right, fine. I don't know. Okay,
just what
fine.
my
Okay.
research said, that there were quite a few things that didn't make sense.
All right. There was a 2-day waiting period just to make sure he was dead.
Yeah. I mean, he'd looked dead for the last week or so, but...
Yeah. It's like he looked like shit when he came
Oh,
in.
he was born on the 8th of August.
Oh,
So
okay, he was born on
his
the 8th.
day is his birthday rather than his death day, which I think
Okay.
is nice.
That's nicer too. It feels like more of a celebration of his life than his death.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just before his birthday too? Bummer.
Just after. No, just before, you're right.
Just
yeah.
before, right? He's laying on his sackcloth, looking at this pile of presents in the corner. He's like, I just gotta make it 2 more days.
No, he'd be like, all I want for my birthday is to see God.
Isn't that the greatest present of all? Death.
Exactly. It is when I spend an hour in your company, Matthew.
Oh, okay, thank you for that. So he passed on. Nice guy, nice attitude, bad attitude towards himself.
Yeah, and probably bad personal hygiene.
Probably could have taken care of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not wearing shoes, you're probably not bathing either.
Yeah, no, exactly. Although, it's funny you should say that, because 12 years later, his body was moved to a simple sarcophagus, and when they opened his tomb to move the body, his remains gave an odor of sanctity. So he didn't smell like shit, he smelled really nice.
Yeah.
When he
the
was
odor
rotting.
Of sanctity.
Yeah, confirming his holiness, and he was canonized the very next year by Pope Gregory the Ninth.
Well, he's like, hey, we got a really nice smelling corpse over here. You wanna
Want to make that a saint?
Hey, that guy a saint? Yeah, we should probably canonize that guy. Cinnamon.
They
Smells
should
like cinnamon.
totally name all the perfumes after saint.
Yeah.
Or maybe they did back in the day.
Maybe. I don't know.
This is.
I mean, the
Santa
smell of
Domingo.
sanctity.
It's in the nose of the beholder, right?
Right.
From that point, so 1234,
Mm-hmm.
his popularity as a saint kept growing, and pilgrims who came in great numbers to see his grave it was so popular that they weren't able to actually get in to see his shrine because there were so many people in front of it.
Oh, there's a line around the block.
Yeah. So about 30 years later, in 1267, his remains were moved to a more elaborate and obviously tourist-friendly shrine, which is where they are now, and it's known as the Arca di Santo Domingo at the Church of St. Dominic in Bologna, which is in northern Italy, I believe.
Oh.
So
I was kind of hoping to go back to Spain.
maybe parts of him did. I read that his skull was later translated to a different part of the church, and one of his feast days celebrates that.
You're just looking for excuses for feast days now.
Yeah. It's like, it's the feast day of the skull of St. Dominic. Let's go.
So, like, what? Oh, I'd really like a feast day next week. Do we do anything like that week? Like in the past, well, we moved that skull, but that was kind of like, yeah, let's just make that. It'd be really nice.
Yeah, I didn't see if any of his relics made it back to Spain, but for some reason some went to a church in Lisbon in Portugal. So it was back towards the Iberian Peninsula, like maybe at the time that was considered Spain. I don't know. No. I don't know much.
Oh, we overshot it. We were supposed to stop in Castile. No, made it all the way to Lisbon. But most of his stuff stayed in the place where he died.
Yeah, in Bologna, in Italy.
All right then. What luck for Bologna.
Yeah.
Boon for the local economy.
Yeah.
Big tourist draw.
Well, for sure. I mean, they had to expand his chapel to make space for all the tourists.
So everybody could get a whiff of it, you know?
Yeah. Smell that sweet, sweet, holy odor. Yeah, I thought he was also sometimes known as Dominic of Bologna, but I may have just made that up or hallucinated it. So that was his life and a little bit about his afterlife. But he did do some miracles as well, other than appearing as a dog in a vision before he was born and smelling it after he was gone.
If that counts as a miracle, it's a horrifying vision of things to come. But...
So in 1208, according to tradition, during his time in the south of France, Dominic apparently became discouraged at the progress of his mission because no matter how hard he worked, the heresies remained.
Deal with one heretic, 2 more pop up. It's just, you can't.
Yeah, his faith was restored when he experienced a vision of the Blessed Virgin Mary in the church at Puil in France, during which she gave him a wreath of roses representing the rosary and told him basically to spread the rosary as a concept. The prayer beads were well known at the time, but Dominicans are sort of credited with making it a mainstream part of Catholic worship.
Okay. Yeah.
That came about because of his encounter.
So Mary showed up and says, time to move some merch.
Yeah.
He's,
We can
he's,
appreciate that.
yeah.
One of his most famous posthumous miracles is the miracle of St. Dominic in Soriano. According
Okay.
to legend, in the early 16th century, a Dominican friar was troubled because his church had no good image of St. Dominic. He prayed for a worthy one, because that obviously should be a priority if you're a monk,
Right.
is getting better art for your monastery.
You know what really jazz up this monastery is just a real nice picture of Saint Dominic.
Yeah.
I just feel like we have the nice rug and the furniture really nice, but just the walls are so bare, and it's just like it just makes the place look empty and
really
weird,
austere and
it's
very like a monastery. So he prayed for a worthy image.
because like Brother Tom made that really shitty drawing of Dominic, and we put it up because we didn't have anything else. But like, I'd really like a nice one,
Yeah. One worthy of the saint.
Exactly.
Yeah. So on a December night in 1530, the Blessed Virgin Mary appeared to this unnamed friar, accompanied by two other saints, neither of which were Dominic.
It would have been weird if he just going around handing out pictures of himself. That's a bit
I guess so. Well, no, because then he could sign it. It'd be like a celebrity doing a photo call. Anyway, so Virgin Mary appeared, accompanied by St. Catherine of Siena and St. Mary Magdalene. So the other big dog Mary.
Oh, just a nice girls' night out.
Go and deliver autographs on behalf of this male saint. So the Virgin presented the friar with a painted portrait of St. Dominic that had been miraculously created. The icon became a powerful symbol for the order and the subject of its own cult, with numerous miracles attributed to his intercessions.
There's a subcult for just the picture
for
of Dominic.
Just the picture, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yep. Makes sense. Yep. Totally.
It's like I'm into Dominic. Oh, not just the picture of Dominic. I'm really just into this one picture.
It's an interesting philosophical conundrum. Like, do we worship the picture? Like, in a way, when we're talking about things in the past, is everything from history actually a reproduction?
But this is literally like a copy of a copy, right?
Yeah, but Mary drew it.
And that's the other thing. I was just like, there's like an artist like, actually I did that, but okay, okay, fine. I just it would have been nice to get paid, I'm glad everybody likes it, but
well, yeah, he shouldn't have made it so easy to steal while this guy was sleepwalking. Clearly,
yeah. Does the picture still exist?
Unclear.
Oh.
Sorry. I tried really hard. Every place name, I looked up what part of what country it was actually in. So I feel like I've done enough.
Okay.
In terms of preempting your tricky questions. Another prominent legend concerns a devilish encounter at the Basilica of Santa Sabina in Rome, the mother house of the Dominicans. According to tradition, St. Dominic had a close encounter with the devil.
Ooh.
The story recounts that as Dominic was praying on a stone slab, of course, he wasn't having a cushion.
A cushion or just put your jacket down or something. But no. Let's find the most. Yeah, okay.
Well, apparently the devil was enraged by his piety, which...
Wait, it's piety so much!
I feel like I've kind of baited you into looking like the devil here by being like, oh yeah, he was on a stone, wasn't he? And you were like, oh yeah, fucking typical Dominic.
Yeah,
I get it.
So you know what? I was like, you know what, devil? I don't agree with you on a lot of things, but you know what? You're right. This guy's an asshole.
So the devil, enraged by his piety, lost his temper and threw a heavy stone at Dominic. The stone...
And Dominic was like, thank you. That's what I was praying for. It's like, oh, we got me again.
It's very much like Looney Tunes at this point.
Yeah.
So the stone, known as the Lapis Diaboli, Devil's Stone, missed the saint, but left behind the marks of the devil's claws. It's still displayed in Dominic's church today, though more recent historical analysis does suggest a more prosaic origin for the marks.
Which is
sadly. Don't ask me follow-up questions. I didn't have a citation for that one.
There's just marks in the stone that are this was the devil's claws or whatever.
Yeah, but it was probably just, some other kind of weathering.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm looking at a picture of it now. It's just got some holes in the top.
Do they look like devil claws?
No. This might be a thing. Sometimes around where I grew up as a kid, you could find stones that were used to make fire.
Okay.
They would have basically holes drilled in them after years and years of people using the same stones and just grinding sticks into them. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So yeah, could have been that.
He got stoned by the devil.
Yeah. Apparently, he raised 4 people from the dead while he was alive, but I couldn't find any
good.
more details about that. So it's like, just trust us on that one, I guess.
Just got the stats, not the stories. Just,
Yeah, exactly. And there were also stories after his death of people praying to him or visiting his grave, and blind people recovering their sight, sick people being cured.
Yada, yada, yada. Saint nonsense, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Touching his relics and regaining the ability to walk, this kind of
The miracle of God's love.
Yeah.
Like, blah, blah, blah. Is back on earth.
Yeah, so your standard generic miracles. But the stone and the picture and the rosary were unique to him, I think.
The picture's funny. I did Google the picture, too, while you were talking about it. There's not a picture of the picture, but there's a painting of the picture.
There's not a picture of a picture, but there's a painting of a painting. This like a painting. Sound like a nonsense poem.
All right, well, there's not the painting itself, but there's like a painting
of someone painting the painting.
A painting of the painting being presented. If you look at the Wikipedia page, the image is like a picture of the painting being presented.
I would recommend that our listeners don't look at the Wikipedia page, because then they'll realize how little effort I've put in.
Oh, there's tons of paintings, there's tons of pictures. Oh wait, I see. Actually, I see the picture now. Okay, because the picture does exist.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Or like replicas of the picture exist. I don't know whether I understand this. Okay, I don't have time to read this Wikipedia article. Anyways, so all right, so those are some pretty good miracles. I mean, classic saint stuff.
Classic saint stuff.
Healing
with a
people.
Bit of a twist.
But also like getting into rock fights with the devil.
Well, very much like that country song.
Oh,
the devil went down to Georgia. That was yeah.
Okay.
Never mind.
If the devil went down to Georgia, it was just about like a country boy just getting beamed in the head by a rock. What the fuck was that? It doesn't quite have the same rocking fiddle solo that Devil Went Down to Georgia had.
Yeah.
But
the devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a rock to throw.
Yeah.
Anyway, so based on all this, what do you think his patronages are?
Is he the patron saint of dog-faced boys?
It's not listed here.
Was it called hypertrichosis?
No medical conditions, actually.
What about palindromes? Because he was dog god or god dog.
God dog. That sounds like a bit like you're being strangled. Yeah, not on the list.
Patron saint of ETs. Other people with glowing chests.
I think that would probably be considered problematic in the Catholic Church.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think that aliens have no place in God's plan, according to the Pope?
I don't know if I think I would need some kind of drug in order to be able to answer that in a more sincere way.
I would love to talk to the Pope now that he's finally American and I can understand what the fuck they're saying.
Wow.
See what they feel about aliens. What about, is he the patron saint of failed artists?
Well, he's a patron saint of scientists, so arguably yes.
What is science if not art that has failed?
Quite.
I couldn't come up with a clever reason for this to be, but all I found was I did a bunch of research, and here's actually the reason it happened. So
yeah, rather than a poetic reason.
Poetry's dead. These are the wonders of the universe. Suck on them. Is he the patron saint of Danish corpses? Danish lady corpses?
Female Danish corpses. Surprisingly, that's not a thing that Catholics have a patron saint for.
Mm-hmm. The protection of ladies from bishops, I don't know, and subdeacons. Finally, this is my last one. Is he the patron saint of holy odors?
No, that's really common among saints. Come on.
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to, sometimes they have multiple saints for the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's a patron saint of the Dominican Republic?
He is, and he's also the patron saint of the capital of the Dominican Republic, which I didn't know is called Santo Domingo. So that's fun.
They are just on brand there.
They just bloody love Dominic.
And the capital is also in the state of Dominic.
Yeah.
What else is?
What's your belief, Dominic?
No, Dominic.
Where are you from, Dominic?
It's like, you know who I love? Dominic. Oh my God, me too. Let's start a whole country.
There we go. That's probably how it happened.
That's it. If you go to a museum in the Dominican Republic, they'll be like, that's it.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, maybe that's what I should have done to research this podcast, is just gone to the Caribbean.
If only.
I wish I had now.
I wish you had to.
So he is the patron saint of the Dominican Republic and the capital of the Dominican Republic, and other places called Santo Domingo, Bologna in Italy, which I think there are more than just him, because that, like, Italy, I feel like every place in Italy must have many
6-7 saints,
Yeah, no, I just thought we'd read about Bologna in another thing, but maybe not.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, so lots of random places, a couple of places in the Philippines, and something called the Santo Domingo Indian Pueblo, which from the
Okay.
word Pueblo, I'm guessing Indian is not a politically correct use of that word.
Yeah.
He is a patron of somewhere called Burgos in Spain and
Mm-hmm.
several places in Brazil. Astronomers and astronomy.
So wait, he's astronomy because he had a star in his chest.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the connection.
Okay. I mean,
So yeah, I don't know why he's a patron of scientists.
he didn't study astronomy. He is astronomy.
Exactly. He that's why he's the patron of it.
Talk about a heavenly body. Am I
she
right,
def-
Cecilia?
So yeah, astronomers, astronomy, falsely accused people, scientists, and a bunch of places. Oh, and Valletta in Malta for some reason.
What letter?
Valletta in Malta. It's the
Oh,
capital of
Valletta.
Malta.
They said the letter in Malta. I was like, what
Valletta.
letter?
What are you talking about?
This saint is brought to you by the letter G because he was a good
Surely
guy.
the letter D. Oh right, okay. I'm simple, so I thought D for Dominic, but
Yeah.
he's also associated with the Spanish Inquisition, but kind of like unfairly because it
Okay.
actually started up after he died. But
Okay.
he did spend some time with the Pope who was first like invented it, who was called Ugolino de Conti, which is my new nickname for you.
I was gonna say this Pope sounds pretty cunty. So maybe he was just like to that Pope and he's like, you know what'd be great? I don't really have the time for it, but I would really love to do an Inquisition. So, I don't know. That's a free idea, you can have that.
That's probably how it went down.
He did seem to hate heretics.
Yeah, that's true. But he's not he's like informally associated, but it's kind of apocryphal.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all I got.
Well, Anna, do you think you would ever have Saint Dominic de Guzmán intercede for you?
Well, I hope that if I have children who are interested in women, then they will not need a mail order bride that I have to go to Denmark for. So not on that front. I don't know. He seemed pretty good overall, I think.
Yeah.
It seemed to be about actually paying attention to the messages of Christianity. Although, like the rosary, I'm not sure about that. Although, a very good friend of the show, Morgan, did buy me a rosary when she went to Venice earlier this year.
She went to the Vatican and she sent us both a rosary from the Vatican.
So I take it back. I love the rosary because I have one.
The rosary is like any prayer bead's a meditative tool, right? So it's like it just kind of like is something to focus on to get you in kind of a meditative flow state.
Yeah,
right?
it's a bit weird though that he's promoting jewelry when he was so ascetic. Maybe it was his one vice.
He knows that the key. You can wear as shitty clothes as you want. It's like the accessories that really make things pop.
Yeah.
So
You're never fully dressed without a rosary.
yeah, I think that he did seem like a nice guy who's helping people who were starving, and so I guess if I'm ever really hungry, that'd be a good help.
I guess as I kind of hinted at earlier, the bar is so low back in the day. You just have to be like, hey guys, don't be jerk, and then you're a famous saint.
It's I don't know. I think the bar today is fairly low too, actually.
The bar is low, but then like there were some saints who didn't even reach that. So
yeah, the bar is always fairly low because most people are pretty bad.
Hooray!
Right. If I ever had to deal with any heretics, if I had to go to Denmark for any reason,
If you're ever struck by a strong desire to do a really unnecessarily long walk when you should probably be resting.
That's the thing. Like if I'm ever like he's the kind of guy that I'd be like, I'm working. Am I working myself too hard? And if Saint Dominic comes in and is like, nah, this is nothing, I'd be like, okay, then I am working myself too hard. Okay, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to know. It's like I'm putting in too much
where the
work. I'm
line
not getting
is,
enough rest. He's like, what? I used to rest half as much as this, and I'd be like, okay, that's probably I'm probably not doing great.
Twice as much as Dominic is far too little.
Yeah, it's still like too low. Yeah, I think that if I ever needed that. Also, I remembered that the name of our fan in Oxford is Rob, and his partner's name was Rebecca.
Oh,
anyway,
well, shout out to them.
Yeah, I wanted to get that out so that in case they
in case they're no longer our fans.
They're probably no longer our fans. I don't know.
Fair.
Probably burn all our goodwill with that one live show.
Which is why we're going to be doing another one.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah,
we got
months.
contacted about a live show, so keep watching this space because we might have a live show coming up pretty soon before the end of the year. Well, Anna, thank you for telling me about this other Dominicanus and his wacky lifestyle, but otherwise nice sentiments, except for towards heretics. So I don't know. I guess he's the net neutral.
Yeah. overall, probably like we don't do this, but if we were to rank the saint, I mean, maybe we should because we've got like over 60 now. He'd
Yeah.
be somewhere in the middle, probably.
Yeah, I like how he's like wanting to help people who are starving, and I like the the raising people from the dead's always nice. But I'm less keen on the heretic persecution.
Persecution, yeah.
Yeah, because the problem was when you start looking for heretics, you're just seeing heretics everywhere. That's his
That's
problem.
true. When you're a hammer, everything's a nail.
Yeah, that's where he's like, I lost faith. I keep finding heretics everywhere. It's like, cause
Yeah.
man, you're just looking to, you're like,
You're looking, confirmation bias.
exactly, yeah.
Maybe, though, the fact that you've got mixed feeling towards him is like a sign of progress in that everyone isn't all good or all bad.
Yeah, he was
Well, it
probably
wasn't
mostly
funny,
good.
but it was
Yeah,
just,
no, that's
yeah.
fair. That's a fair point. He's probably mostly a good guy, but a little bit too hard on himself. And that's the message we
That's
have here.
true.
Is like,
Yeah.
be good out there, folks, but be kind to yourself as well.
Yeah.
Before you're kind to, you can be kind to others, but also be kind to yourself.
Yeah. Self-care really is important.
But also don't just do self-care, care for others. Like,
yeah.
So anyway, all right, end this thing.
Okay. Have a blessed day.
Okay, bye.
Bye.